It would be unjust if we ignored a sad aspect of 25. And he said, "Cursed be Canaan." At the time it was written, and for centuries afterwards, it reflected a certain time and place, and an important one, especially for the history of the Jews. Thousands of years later, in North America, people use this to justify slavery of blacks. No reflection on the Bible. The Tanakh cannot be held accountable for people's actions millennia later. But it's in our history. We've gone beyond that point. You could misinterpret the meaning of Scripture for nefarious ends.
You can take anything out of the Bible and you can take it literally and use it to support some whack job idea that you've got. As we know, Adolf Hitler was not beyond using Scripture to push for his persecution of the Jews. We know that every fascist has been able to draw on Scripture to justify why they do certain things. We know that every maniac who commits mass murder has used Scripture to justify why they do certain things, and it's madness. I would say, as a Christian, you've got to filter Scripture through the eyes of Christ. Say, well, hang about a minute, what would Jesus say about this? And he says, well, love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, all your strength, and love your neighbour as yourself. There you go. That's the maxim. That's where we start. And so that rules out a whole lot of nefarious activity on behalf of the purveyor of the Scriptures. The word slave, you've got to understand in that significant cultural context. It doesn't mean slaves like African American slaves at all. This is just not the way it worked. Slavery was nothing like that in ancient times. All sorts of different peoples were slaves. It wasn't about black people, it was about people who were conquered. It was about movement of people. Some people sold themselves into slavery. There's a whole range of it, and it's certainly got nothing to do with the colour of the skin.
Well, most slaves in ancient Rome were white.
So to use this to justify slavery based on the colour of someone's skin is just absolute forbidden nonsense.